think he's still dating her? Her second year. You know, she goes round in a gang. It's kid stuff.
Georgina isn't even that pretty. I think you're more attractive than her.
Do you think so? Well, I don't have much luck, do I?
Excuse me. You two like some toast at break?
What?
Toast? We're selling it freshly made.
How are you doing that then?
Special facilities down at Grange's Toast Bar. Down by Griffith's bin store.
Yeah, but keep it quiet.
But tell your friends.
How much is it?
Hot butter toast, only 10p.
10p? You'll be making some profit.
Yeah, but we've got overheads.
Toaster, raw materials, labour, electricity.
Electricity?
2 butter toasts at break then.
It's only 9p to regular customers.
Okay.
What do we have here?
Someone in need of butter toast at break, I think. Do you want some? We're selling it, fresh.
I haven't any money, have I? Regular open hours, every day at break. Never have any money, will I? 20p that shrimp paddy room. They're really worth it these days.
Yeah, they bring sandwiches now instead of dinner money. All we get's their bus fare home.
Oh, there you are. Hello. Where do you think you've been all this time? Sorry, Imelda, the bus was late. I've been looking for you.
Oh, yeah.
You said you'd be at 8:30.
You come with us now. Oh, I see. So it was the bus made you late?
Not the boys.
I told you. What use the boys to anyone? Turn you into a stupid softie.
Yeah, you're better off with us, George.
Don't you believe us, George? And don't be late this afternoon. 3:30. 3:30? What's that for? Sharon's initiation as honorary witch. That's what.
Terror Hawk number 4.
Look, I can't have arranged something. Rearrange it. Or I might rearrange something about your face.
I beg your pardon.
Sorry. I could just squeeze past.
I know we'd run out of coffee, but losing your temper won't help.
Well, it doesn't help, does it? These conditions are ridiculous.
What do you suggest we do about it, Mike?
We should have withdrawn our services until the situation is resolved.
Well, I don't see how that would help.
Well, polluting the atmosphere certainly won't help, Miss Booth.
It might make the authorities get on with it. Paving stones do not a classroom make.
I was teaching the Industrial Revolution yesterday on boxes outside the caretaker's office. Does anybody know when these temporary classrooms are due to arrive?
Last week, I believe.
Well, I can't carry on teaching poetry in the canteen. My love is like a red, red rose covered in custard or gravy.
It is no laughing matter.
Oh, I think you've got to love, Mike.
No, it's gone beyond a joke.
It does look as if the delivery of the paving stones was a bit optimistic.
Or possibly a political contrick perpetrated by the McCluskey-Baxter takeover axis to keep us quiet.
I don't believe that. Nothing would surprise me.
I suggest we insist on a meeting. We're in the head, and Mr. Baxter will be obliged to come clean about the handling of the crisis. Well?
Anything for a sane life again, Morris. Even a meeting.
Jeff seems to be suffering less than anyone. He's really organised. He's arranged for the swimming team to practice at the leisure centre.
Really? I would be most interested to find out how that is being paid for, whilst the rest of us do without. No doubt it is the result of fitting a deputy's hat onto a sports teacher's head. Excuse me.
Do you see any logic in it? Social studies in a chemistry lab. Hey, somebody's been smoking in here. Oh, it's you.
Why didn't you go to registration, Danny? Were you late?
Get us up by Bronson. What for? Come and sit here.
I hate the smell of cigarette smoke.
Yeah, you can feel it poisoning your lungs. If you've got to smoke, why can't you do it outside?
Because of the Independence Police, of course.
What? I think I better let some air in before Mrs. Arbuthnot comes.
And anyway, it's cold out. That's what it's all about in an institution. Breaking down independence. Everyone joins in doing it.
You mean you should be allowed to kill yourself with cigarettes if you want to?
Yeah, why not? It's my life.
Yeah, and this is our classroom.
If you carry on like this, you just act up your nose to spite your face.
Hey lad, got a message from Baxter. You got to meet him in the front yard at lunchtime.
Why, what's happened?
He fixed up something at team swim practice.
Through lunchtime? Okay.
Sling him in the box, quick as you can. Right then, Morris. What's the problem? Is it important?
A minor matter to you, perhaps.
Yeah, well, come on, I've got a football team waiting.
And a swimming team, I hear. Taking over the leisure centre. A costly venue, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the team's only just started. Needs building up fast if we're going to stay in for the Borough Cup.
Yes, it must have been rather an embarrassment for you, suffering such a defeat at the first fixture.
Well, it's only to be expected, first time out.
So, you are making sure of future glory, At all costs.
What do you mean?
I mean, Mr. Baxter, that it seems clear you must be finding the position of deputy head rather convenient when it comes to funding sports activities.
Now, you listen to me, Morris. Let's get the record straight, shall we? First, the Leisure Centre. I happen to have a mate who is chairman of the local authorities, Resources and Policy Committee. So the Leisure Centre comes for free. Yeah, and before you ask, all the team's bus fares are paid for by me, personally, out of my own pocket. Satisfied? Go on, get that box outside.
Well, get on with it.
I think he'd make some sort of effort just to get along with people.
You mean Danny? Not him. He gets on my nerves.
That's it. He'll go on irritating people. Oh, he's got a chip on his shoulder. Hates authority.
Well, I can understand that all right.
Hello, East. Hi.
Hi.
What are you talking about? Danny Kendall. Oh, him. He came to my party and never even spoke to me. Even when he needed a dance partner. Never said thanks or anything. Just disappeared at the end. That's Kendall all over. Is that an English essay? Yeah, last week's.
Sorry, you know, at the party. I don't know what happened. I must have been blotto.
You mean you don't remember anything?
No.
Well, it's just as well.
What do you mean?
Where are they selling that toast? I've just got time. It's outside around the corner, 10p a slice.
What did she mean? What did I do? You never said.
She's got you really worried now, hasn't she? But don't worry, you didn't dance on the table or anything like that. Has your dad been all right since the party?
No, same as usual. Why can't Mum stand up for me? Back me up sometimes. She knows it's not fair that I can't go anywhere or have any fun. Bossy authoritarian. I could really hate him.
Oh, you better watch out. You could turn into another Danny Kendall.
Yes, things have reached a pretty pass, I'm afraid. Some staff members are even talking of withdrawing their services. They're beginning to feel that the delivery of a few paving stones in view of the non-arrival of the buildings themselves was made to keep them quiet.
I see. Well, I'm sure you've done your best to correct these staff members.
Oh, of course. But the fact remains they do need your reassurance. They need a meeting to air grievances and clarify the situation regarding the porter cabins.
I suppose that might be helpful. It would have to be today. 3:45 in the staff room. A brief meeting. I'll answer questions.
Thank you, Mrs. McCluskey. I myself have a question.
Good. You'll be able to ask it at the meeting. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Of course. Thank you. I will inform the staff. Ah, Baxter. Mrs. McCluskey and I are calling a staff meeting to discuss the overcrowding situation. 3:45 in the staff room, right?
What? Alternative eating arrangements. You interested? I mean, this place. You can't want to eat in here.
Going to sell dinners now. Brilliant. You won't believe how long it took queuing. Now there's nowhere to sit. I thought the sandwiches fell through.
Oh, but this won't be sandwiches.
What won't be sandwiches, Luke?
Think of having a party, sir.
Oh, really? Do you think you might discuss it somewhere else? Come on, you can see how busy it is in here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and send me an invitation.
Comedian.
Good work, team. Well, better anyway. Same time on Thursday, right? Come on, hurry up. Don't be any later than you have to be.
Hey, go me, tally's on.
Georgina,
Been waiting ages.
what's happened?
Look, I won't be able to make it at 3:30. Sorry.
Oh, let's meet later then.
I'm not sure.
Something's wrong. What is it?
It's Imelda. You don't know what she's like.
I can guess. What's happened now?
She hates you. She says I've got to choose. She's been threatening me. I've got to go with her and the others after school.
Look, we've got to do what we planned. We'll talk about it after 3.
If I don't go, I'll get beaten up.
I won't let them. Look, I've got to go now. After school by the gate. Okay?
Okay. All right, I'll be there.
Georgina, don't worry.
The change was on the notice board this morning. He was perfectly clear.
I have only your word for that. I could not get near the notice board. But we are in the middle of a French lesson here, and here we stay.
I have a class lined up in this corridor. What am I supposed to do with them?
That, Mr. King, is your problem, not mine. Now, may I ask you to leave us to our work?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Something the matter?
Yes.
I have been interrupted yet again in the middle of a class.
Are you without a classroom, Mr. King? Because I happen to notice that part of the canteen is empty.
Okay. But I have to say
Perhaps
that
you could use it just for the rest of this period.
Right. Come on, fifth formers, follow me. Come on, we've missed enough of this lesson already.
Situations like these require maturity, cooperation, and patience. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Bronson?
The performance is over. Now, pay attention.
Sorry, mate.
Come here! You are 7 minutes late. What is the excuse this time?
It wasn't my fault, sir.
I am exceptionally weary of this deliberate provocation, Jones. If it was not your fault, then whose fault was it? Well, answer me, boy. Have you lost your tongue, or are you, as I suspect, quite stupid?
I know you won't believe this again, sir, but Mr. Baxter...
Ah, Mr. Baxter! That explains everything. Every time you are late, it is Mr. Baxter's fault. Why?
I don't know, sir. We had a swimming practice. I had to go.
A swimming practice? And why was I not informed you would be late for French?
I don't know, sir. Why did Mr. Baxter tell you? Why pick on me?
Perhaps because of your perennial lateness, rudeness, and inattentiveness, and because you are always blaming Mr. Baxter. Well, we will sort this out once and for all. I will meet Mr. Baxter and you together in the gym immediately after school.
But I can't then. I'm not free.
Not free? Then change your social diary and learn to do as you are told. You will be there! Now go and sit down. This is supposed to be a French lesson.
I'm sure you all know about Grange's letter writing project by now. So guess what we're going to do for this lesson,
Oh, do we have to, sir? I mean, writing letters.
It's just so boring. Yeah, it's for thanking your auntie for a boring birthday present if she's not on the phone. But it's so much nicer to phone up and have a chat, isn't it?
And how do you think people communicated before the telephone was invented?
Wave to each other, sir.
And when it was too far to wave, clever clogs?
By letter, sir.
Carrier pigeon, notes and code.
You see, before the invention of the telephone, letter writing was an art. It would be terrible if we all lost that skill. When you receive a letter from a friend, I'm sure you all enjoyed that, don't you?
Yeah, well, that's different, sir.
And this is going to be different, too. We've done a lot of work on the story of Macbeth this term, so you're quite familiar with the characters. This lesson, I want you all to imagine that you're either Macbeth writing to his wife or Lady Macbeth writing to her husband.
So I suppose we have to write in that stupid language then, what no one can understand.
There's nothing stupid about the language of Shakespeare, Imelda. It's violent and rich, colourful and rude. Actually, you should read it.
Now, write in present-day English. Use your imaginations as to how they address each other.
So why are they apart then, sir?
Perhaps Macbeth is away at battle. The letter could be written at any time.
She's really keen on him, isn't she, sir? Can it be a love letter?
If you like, but keep it decent.
You can tell her exactly how he murdered the king. Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you'll all find different approaches, but the purpose is to write clearly, in good English, in character. Try to write as they might speak.
Pity the person getting a letter from Ziggy.
Now, for your homework, each of you will choose someone you admire, somebody famous, and write a letter to them.
We're really going to send it then, sir?
Oh, yes. It'll be posted by the school office.
Oh, it might be good, sir. Do you mean a fan letter?
It could be a fan letter if you like.
No contest, George Michael. You know what I'd like to write? A poison pen letter to her. You could write to Anne, a love letter.
Sir, I'm like to the Duke of Edinburgh. But what do we write?
Up to you. A letter's a personal thing. It reflects you.
Sir, how do we get our replies?
You put the school address on, so your replies will come here. Now, as to setting it out correctly. Address, top right-hand corner. The date goes underneath. Leave a margin on either side. Below on the left, capital D. Dear. Imelda Davis. Come on. Outside. You and I are going to have a chat. The rest of you can start your letters quietly.
So what's wrong? What have I done? Me and you really don't know. You went running straight to Imelda for what I said. What are you talking about? You told Imelda I hated her. But she forced it out of me. Honest, I wouldn't have said nothing. I thought we were friends. No, I'm sorry, George. I never meant to say it. You know what Imelda's like. Yeah, I do. You've got me writing it now.
Come on. Get warmed up. You forward, start some shooting practice.
But I said I'm sorry.
Oh, you lot.
But you know it wasn't my fault.
Come on, run!
But we've been friends since before she came along. Just don't say anything about me again, right? Yeah, okay.
Come on, we haven't got all day.
What is it this time, Morris? Mrs. Regan said you'd be here.
So messages can get through sometimes. Now, where is that boy?
What boy? What are you talking about?
Anthony Jones of my form, G3.
Yeah, well, what about him? Come on, I've got to get changed.
The boy was inexcusably late for the first period this afternoon, having missed registration. He continually uses yourself as an excuse, today included. A swimming practice, I believe.
Lunchtime, yes.
Why lunchtime? Why just before my French lesson? And why was I not informed?
Good Lord, man, I don't know every move my pupils make. This is beginning to sound like paranoia, Morris. Lunchtime is the only time we can use the leisure centre.
Well, could you not have let me know?
I didn't know it was French, did I?
Then you should have found out. Or are you unable to handle your responsibilities?
You're unbelievable, Morris, you really are. This has got nothing to do with the boy being late, has it, eh? Don't think Mrs. McCluskey and I aren't aware of your attitude.
I think you had better explain that remark.
Oh, do you? Well, I don't. Besides, I haven't got the time. Doesn't look like Jones is going to show, does it? Oh, Jones, come in, do.
Do not try to tell us it was Mr. Baxter who kept you this time.
I was in the other building, sir.
So what happened after lunch, lad? I've had no complaints from the other teachers.
Sir, I don't see why I should be blamed. I got a message to go to swimming practice, so I went.
You were late for registration, but you could have been on time for the first lesson. Everybody else was. So what happened?
You were 7 minutes late for my class. Explain yourself.
That cow Regan gave me 2 detentions. What have you done then, Milda? Just livening up the English lesson. Oh, look who it is.
Doesn't look too pleased to see us.
Do you reckon, Milda?
Yeah. I wonder why that is.
I wonder. Fancy, she's waiting for us. I'm not.
You better be, George. There's going to be the 4 of us now.
If you're waiting for that Aunt Jones, we just saw him. Going in the other direction. No, he wouldn't do that. You'd say anything.
Then why isn't he here? He stood you up.
We've all got a date. You better be there, or there'll be trouble. Got important business, eh, Sharon? Yes, Milda. You see, Sharon? You've got to prove you'll be loyal. You've got to prove you'd do anything for the Terrahawks. anything. Yes, until death, see. You just tell me what I got to do, Imelda. I'm not afraid. Come on.
If you talked to each other, there wouldn't have been any problem.
Come off it, Jones. Why were you late? Chatting up some girl, were you?
Do you still deny it was your fault, Jones? And do you deny you have attempted to manipulate and mislead us both?
I would have been late anyway.
You lied to me, boy. I shall take note of it. You are not to be trusted.
But it was partly...
Detention tomorrow. And be on time.
Don't drag me into all your problems, son. This time he's right. You weren't straight with us. And I don't like that. I know I'm late for a meeting.
Yeah, and so am I.
Go on, then. And don't forget the motto. Hurry up, come on. She's going to do it. The motto! The Terror Witches rule till death.
So when can we expect the situation to get any better? It is becoming intolerable.
I'm ringing the Education Authority every day, and they're in touch with the Porter Cabin Company every day. As I've explained, they have been suddenly short of available buildings.
So does that mean this could go on indefinitely?
No. As I've said, we've been promised the first portable buildings for Tuesday of next week.
With all respect, how many promises have already been made and broken? The children have no gym facilities at all, and that's no joke, particularly at this time of year.
How am I expected to teach with an art room full of library books and kids coming in to borrow them all the time?
The academic subjects are faring no better, I assure you. With the constant interruptions and relocations.
And it's no use simply posting changes of location on the notice board. No one reads the notice board.
Anyone else?
Miss Partridge has been without any lesson room for my form's history. Where is she?
Oh, she sent her apologies, something about her mother being sick.
Well, really?
This meeting was called at very short notice. It was inconvenient for me, too.
That's what all this is about, isn't it? Inconvenience. Individual inconvenience. Whatever happened to the team spirit?
Thank you, Jeff. This is a testing time for the school with administrative changes to absorb and severe shortage of accommodation. And while I sympathise with your problems, I really must ask you all to dwell less on individual difficulties. The school will carry on, the buildings will arrive.
Yes, but when?
And in the meantime, may I ask you all to show as much patience as is humanly possible. This need not be a time of acrimony and accusation. How we emerge from this crisis when the situation does begin to ease next week will depend very much on all of you.